Justin Bieber and model wife Hailey coordinate in baggy denim as they run errands separately in LA. After giving insight into their 3-year marriage, they recently gave insight into their 3-year marriage. And on Wednesday, Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey were ever the independent pair as they ran errands separately in Los Angeles. Justin was captured putting time in at a local music studio, while Hailey checked things off her to-do list in trendy West Hollywood. The pop star was chauffeured to the location in a black Mercedes Sprinter van and escorted by several security guards. He donned a color-blocked thermal top and a pair of baggy denim shorts. Repping his streetwear brand, the baby singer rocked a pair of royal blue Drew house slippers. After putting in hours at the music studio, Justin re-emerged from the building in a slightly different getup. Instead of his thermal top, he rocked a plain white tee and threw a green and yellow Oakland Athletics cap over his dirty blonde hair. Meanwhile, Hailey cut a cozy figure in a gray pullover sweatshirt and a pair of baggy high-waisted jeans. The model rocked her favorite pair of white sneakers with red detailing, which coordinated perfectly with her groovy shades. The daughter of Stephen Baldwin wore her honey blonde hair down and made sure to mask up amid the looming COVID-19 pandemic. As for accessories, Hailey threw on some gold hoops, several chains, and a blingy statement ring. She had a white handbag tucked under her arm and kept her cell phone and keys in her hands while stopping by a retail store in the area. A little over a month after celebrating their 3rd wedding anniversary, Justin and Hailey appeared on the In Good Faith with Chelsea and Judah Smith podcast to talk about their relationship. Though things couldn't be better, Hailey recalled an emotional phone call she had with her mother Kenya during a difficult time in her marriage to Justin. "I remember I called her a few different times. One particular time when we were in Brooklyn and I was calling her, I was crying, and I was like, I just can't do it. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this if it's going to be like this forever," the model remembered. But Kenya, who has been married to Hailey's father Stephen Baldwin for over 30 years, was not fazed by the confession, and reminded her daughter that the rough patch was only temporary. "And I just remember she was so calm on the phone and she was like, it's going to pass, and you're going to be fine and he's going to be healthy and we're here for you," she said. Hailey believes overcoming the rough patch would have been 10 times harder, had it not been for the support her mother. "And I do feel like we just had a lot of support. I feel like if I didn't have support, it would have been 10 times harder, and it was already the hardest thing in my life at the time." Hailey also said she was glad to have stuck by him despite all their trials and tribulations. "I was in it. I made a decision. I know for a fact that I've loved this person for a very long time and now would not be the time to give up on him. I just wouldn't do that to him," she admitted. Imagine abandoning somebody in the middle of the worst time of their life, potentially. "I'm not that type of a person. So I was going to stick it out no matter what the outcome was going to be." Before that, Justin got candid about his struggles with mental health, which he was battling leading up to their wedding in September 2018. The two had been dating for years prior but had split in 2016 before rekindling their romance in 2018 before getting engaged in July of that year. He said, "I had experienced so many things in my life. So many milestones and traveled the world and seen everywhere in the world. And I just got to a place where I was lonely, and I just didn't want to do it all alone. I realized there was some serious healing I needed to go through in order to get to a place where I could be in a healthy, serious relationship because I had a lot of trauma and scars. So I just committed to working on those things and getting healthy." Justin ultimately sought treatment in early 2019 for his mental health and bravely spoke publicly about his depression, which led him to cancel his Purpose World Tour 2 years prior. The Purpose hitmaker said, "Luckily, Hailey accepted me as I was. Even when we got married, there was still a lot of damage and hurt that I still needed to work through, but you've seen my heart through it all." Communication seems to be one of the key things in their relationship, as Hailey admitted. "We always had so many conversations about, what were our goals? Where did we want to end up at a certain age? We always talked about wanting to be married and be young, and have a young family, and have kids young.